Yeah, well done, Martin. When you talk over jingles like that, it's almost like you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly, man. Fucking hell, like hand signals.
Yeah, I know,
You know,
right?
the invisible kind that I didn't do.
We agreed this, Peter, over 2 years ago.
It never sinks in, okay? Right, okay. You haven't even listened to our previous show yet. The one I keep asking you to.
Oh, I'm
the
so sorry.
The really funny one.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I will listen. I promise. I'll listen.
So good.
Tonight.
Okay.
After I watch Top Gear.
Hold you to that.
If I don't, fire me.
Okay.
I swear I say that every single show, don't I? Fire me.
Peter, I want my job back.
Take me back. I can do anything. You have to pay. You have to pay. You
Every
do that.
show
Every
this
show.
goes. Okay, right. So, we've been reading a story called Light and Dark, The Adventures of Dark Yagami by Dark Yagami, which is basically, if you don't know what Death Note is, it's a story where people write into a notebook and it kills people with a heart attack, and then it gets all complex and weird and shit. But basically, we used to read chapters from this years and years ago, back in 2012, so it's amazing. We never read through it in order, though, so there were chapters that we missed. So what we're doing is we're going through it one by one.
Yes, so
today,
it has some sort of storyline.
Yeah. Today I am doing the narration, and Martin is doing the voices.
The voices.
Okay. Back at Light's house.
Oh, I thought
Back at Light's house.
the chapter. What's the chapter called?
What is the chapter? Oh, sorry. Chapter 3. Misa and Sayu do sexy stuff.
I just wanted to
Back
hear
at
you say
Light's house. Back at Light's house. It's written twice. Light switched on the news. There were lots of evil people on TV, so he wrote their names down and killed them. Dark, meanwhile, was still unpacking his box, which was full of detected stuff that he'd been given while he was at Watari's house. Oh. The door... That was weird. The doorbell rang.
Ding dong.
And Light shouted, I'll get it.
Okay.
He ran down the stairs and opened the door. It was Misa. Misa was wearing a lacy dress, but it wasn't all goth like her old one. Instead, it was all white, and she had a blue skirt, which was short.
Ah, Misa, I'm happy to see you.
Light said, hugging. He looked around scaredly. His mum was in the next room and might hear him.
Did you bring the...
He winked.
Homework?
He winked again. Yes.
Come with me,
he said, and they went upstairs. Light and Misa went upstairs and knocked on the door.
Hang on, I'm getting changed,
said Dark.
Okay, he's probably naked so he can't go in there. Wait out here for me,
said Light to Misa as he opened the door. Once Misa was alone, Sayu came out of the closet. Get it, P!
Hey Misa, I know your secret,
she said.
I don't know what accent that is.
Swedish? Misa tried to look calm, but the fear in her eyes said a different story. She was very frightened because the girl must know the truth and she would be in trouble.
I don't know what you're talking about,
she said, scared.
I know that you and Light and Dark and Kira, are Kira, and you're killing people. No, don't tell people. You have to keep it a secret.
Misa screamed.
Okay, I won't tell Elle on one condition: you have to sex with me.
Misa looked surprised. She stepped back and gasped.
You're a Lebanese?
She asked curiously.
I changed it to make it worse.
Oh no.
Yes.
Why are you?
Sayu said back sexily.
Oh, yes. Why are you? Is that sexy?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Okay. I am vicarious.
I am vicarious. I'm vicarious.
Misa replied as she took her dress off and walked into Sayu's room.
Meanwhile.
Oh, sorry. Fucking hell. Meanwhile, in Light's room, Light and Dark were talking about the new powerful Death Note.
I got it because I killed the old king of the Shinigami and that made me the new king.
Said Blood.
Why is it all in capital letters? The king gets a powerful Death Note that lets him kill whoever he wants and also gets a palace and a wife and all the blood bananas he can eat.
Let's try it out,
said Light.
Okay, to test it, let's kill this guy.
He pointed out to a tall, ugly guy on TV. The man was fat, and he was presenting the weather.
But I don't know his name.
Said Light, confused.
You don't need to. All you need is the face.
Replied. Light wrote in the death note, and sure enough, the man died,
Oh my god, that is so good.
said Light, amazed as he watched the man roll around on the floor dying.
Now let us try it with more TV, people.
Meanwhile, back in Sayu's room, Sayu and Misa were both in their underwear. Sayu was wearing a blue Nike sports bra and short. And Misa was wearing a bikini with glitter on it that was shiny against her blonde hair. Misa let the hair down and said to Sayu,
You look so hard. Just like that.
Sayu leaned over and began making out with Misa. Quickly, she unbuttoned Misa's bikini, and it fell down to the floor, leaving her topless.
Unbuttoned.
Yes. Do you not know women?
Duh.
Sayu then took her own underwear off, and she was naked underneath.
Whoa.
Supposed to not.
That's insane.
Supposed to not be.
Wearing
Misa
nipple tassels.
Misa squeaked as Sayu began moving down at French Annette. Give us your best squeak. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. Sayu cussed and went to the door.
How was that?
I love how it's been a high-pitched voice for Sayu all the way through. Fuck! More secret!
She said.
Sayu cussed and went to the door. She opened the door and it was dark.
So turn the light on.
Okay. He looked shocked and he said,
My sister's a lesbian.
Sayu realised she was naked and slammed the door shut.
Off you perv! Mum and Soichiro should never have adopted you back.
She screamed.
Oh. I should probably read ahead. I'm sorry, Misa, but we'll have to do this some other time.
Said Sayu. Misa winked and said back,
I hope so.
and grinned. She took her cloths and put them on and climbed out of the window so Noon would see. When she was alone, she took back Misa's bag that she had left behind. She looked inside it and found a black notebook inside. She took the secret cell phone her dad Soichiro had given her and called it.
Hi, Dad! I did what you asked and got Misa's bag. There's a book inside and it says Death Note on the front. It is full of dead people. It's full of dead people. It's full of dead people. Excellent.
Dad replied.
Now the game can begin.
Oh my god, what? Find out more next time!
A whole week.
Yeah.
Until next time. The writing is terrible. When I'm talking really, well, say you're talking really weird, how I am all of the time.
Yeah, just your actual voice.
Every now and again, sometimes it's just all in capital letters. For no reason. This person has also got other stories out that we... one of them where Vernon Dursley
is really
Voldemort's dad. Obviously.
Duh, did you not know this?
Lumberjacks.
Yeah.
Which, isn't that funny?
No, Lumberjacks was by Nobby Knobstock.
Oh, yes. That was it. And then there's the Hunger Note games.
Oh, the Hunger Note games.
It's a combination of Hunger Games and Death Note, in case you didn't quite get that.
Yeah. Let's just read the titles of these quickly.
I think that's all of them, isn't it?
I don't know if there's been any new ones.
Oh, well, it's the...
Dark and Light, The Adventures of Dark Yagami, The Hunger Note Games, Who is Voldemort's Dad, The Tale of Vernon Dursley, The God of Time with No Name, Light's Real Name!
Oh, my God.
That was 2009.
Wow, is that the first one?
Now, the latest one was March 2012, but I don't remember seeing that. Is there a psychic dog?
No.
Oh, it's a psychic dog! Do you remember? From years ago.
Oh, I can't remember that.
Oh, I remember that one.
I can't remember that. It's got 2 chapters. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Peter, I think we're going to have to start up a second show where we just read out these.
Yeah? We bring Badly Written Fanfics the show back.
Podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That sounds good. That sounds
You
good.
heard it here first. I don't know where else you would have heard it first.
Well, basically,
News.
we'll start news, breaking news. We'll start a new podcast that basically has stories not aired out.
Based in places such as Wales in England.
And 2,000 miles away in the past. Shall we read one more?
It's up to you. We can read the next chapter.
Okay, let's read one
Vote
more.
now. Thank you. All the votes have been counted, and you voted yeah. That's got to be a new record. Peter's dead. Do you want me to read the author's note while you live? While
got
you
it,
come
I've
back to
got
life?
it, I've got it.
You're right. You're okay. He's alive.
Fucking hell. Right, author's note. Let me just straighten up my my microphone.
Maybe that's it.
Author's note. There seems to be something wrong with my account. It keeps posting the first line, twice, sorry. Also contains Naomi,
Of
OC,
course.
and Takada, OC.
Of course.
Real hot.
Yeah.
Author's note. There seems to be something wrong with my account. It keeps posting the first line twice, sorry. Also contains Naomi.
Of course.
And Takada.
Of course.
The next day,
Whoa.
Naomi walked in the front door of the police and asked at the desk for Elle. The woman behind the desk was hot looking, and she was also bi.
Which you can tell just from looking at her. I've got to shout this urgently. Hi, I'm Naomi. I need to speak to Elle.
She shouted urgently.
Kiraku, my husband, and I think I know who he is.
So that means you're single.
Oh.
The desk. Oh, sorry.
So that means you're single. The desk lady winked.
Uh,
Sorry.
The desk lady winked? Question mark.
How can you wink with a question mark? Huh?
Did she? Did she not? We'll find this out later. Naomi was taken at back. The desk lady was coming on to her?
Naomi spelled backwards is Moon. And she's being flirtily.
Fact of the day. So, are we reading it as Noomi? Oh no. Added the desk lady flirtedly. Oh.
I don't have time for this.
Said Naomi anxiously as she took the desk lady's number to call her later and maybe have sex and ran into Elle's office.
Scissor.
What? Elle looked surprised.
I was surprised in England. Hi, I'm Naomi or Noomi. You don't know who I am, but I'm from the FBI, and my husband from the FBI, and she also dead because he was killed by Kira, and I want to hunt him down, but I think I know who he is.
Naomi gasped. He replied.
I think I can help you then. Please sit down.
Elle replied, pointing to the chair that was covered in candy.
Nice. I can't sit on that.
Naomi said, because the candy was all sticky and melted and eaten, and it didn't look too good either. Elle then got all the candy off the chair and picked it up and began eating it. The sight was truly one to behold as the small wrinkly fairy man began shoveling bits of sugar into his mouth. Naomi thought that she was going to puke, but then she stopped herself and sat on the chair that Elle had just cleaned for her.
So, you wanted to tell me something?
Meanwhile, at Light's house, it was the early morning and Light and Dark were in bed together, but only because their parents were too poor to get separate rooms. It's not like they're gay or anything.
Right.
Light came over from the bed and the window of the room. Dark reached round and grabbed the clock from the table. It was 7 o'clock.
I grabbed the cock from the table.
Oh, right, the cock from the table.
They're not gay. However, Light came all over the bed, and Dark reached around and grabbed the cock. Peter,
Yeah.
you got a question here. When can I have my breakfast? It's ready. 7. I'm in the Shinigami world. I would even a dozen meals by now because I am king. Please give me a blood banana.
Said Blood as he danced around the room. Dark laughed at the dance. It was like the ketchup song, but it was about blood, not ketchup. Though Shinigami sometimes used blood as ketchup because it was blood. His mohawk was bouncing everywhere. It was like the one on Sonic the Hedgehog, but it was not blue.
You know, the really famous mohawk on Sonic the Hedgehog. That really famous mohawk.
Dog
Give me a mohawk. Like Sonic? Yeah, like...
Dog got out of bed and put on some cloths. He kept the blood bananas in a special case because other people might eat them thinking they were not blood bananas, get a mouthful of blood banana and blood. He threw the blood banana at Blood, who immediately went to town on it until there was nothing except her skin, which he could eat, but they're poisonous, but not to a Shinigami.
Why can't I have a blood banana?
Asked Ryuk sadly as he ate an apple and felt left out. He was not allowed to eat blood bananas because he was not the king, and it was not safe to the poisons inside them. Back at the police.
Kira is... Mikami.
Oh, sorry.
That bastardly hound.
Said-
I've said it completely around the wrong way. Kira is Mikami. That bastardly hound.
Said Light's dad, who was pretending to be English.
What? Light's okay. I thought she was talking to Elle.
I don't
I
know.
was talking to Light's dad. I know he is Kira because he went on TV and he was evil.
She said.
You did the right thing coming to us.
Said Elle.
Now we will kill him and put a stop to his evilness once and for all, period.
Watari took his sniping gun and ran the door out. Elle followed, eating a candy bar and a coffee, and got in his helicopter and flew to Mikami's house, where the action was. Naomi went back to the desk and flitted with the desk lady.
Now, where were we?
She said as she unzipped her motorcycle jacket down and led the desk lady into a quiet closet that was almost empty, except there was a mop in there and also some paint that the janitor used to paint things with. They made out for a bit.
And paint that he used to mop the floor.
They made out for a bit.
Oh, okay. There's just one thing you should know,
said Naomi, getting naked as she took her jacket off and revealed a fancy suit that newsreaders wear underneath.
I'm not really Naomi, I'm... Takada!
There's a lot of dots.
No,
At Naomi's yeah. At Naomi's house in a helicopter, Elle turned on the sirens of the helicopter and shouted, "Come out with your hands up or I will shoot you!" Oh, sorry.
Sorry, so I was getting over sirens on there.
Do that noise,
Come out with your hands up or I will shoot you!
Well, they do what the police officers do, like... There was no reply, and Light's dad dressed as Watari shoot out the window just to show him he meant business and was not a crazy guy in a helicopter.
With sirens. This is your last chance!
He shouted and threw a smoke grenade into the house.
Perfect timing.
Soichiro got a good shot at Mikami and killed him in the leg.
Pow.
Then there was still no reply.
I will have to use stealth instead.
Elle said and jumped into the broken window screaming. Mikami looked up in shock. This is a fucking long chapter. It's fucking huge.
Entire story.
Ah.
There.
Okay. Mikami looked up in shock. He wasn't expecting them, and certainly not the crazy boy that just jumped through the window. He was holding the death note with one hand and his broken leg with the other. It had the names of everyone he had ever killed in it. That's how Elle knew it was the death note.
Mikami is in trouble!
Shouted Blood as he smooshed another blood banana into his already smooshed up mouth. One of the things good about being the king of Shinigami is that you could see all the death notes, and Blood was using it to see Mikami.
If he talks, I'm dead.
Right,
Well, everyone seems to sound the same now, don't
Yeah,
they? If
said
he
like-
talks, I'm dead.
Said Light, panicking. He knew he should have not told Mikami how to make a death note, even if he was an evil. Now he would write Light's name down, unless back at Mikami's house.
Shall I start doing famous people's voices?
You can do.
I'm not the real Kira. Oh, it's a girl.
Shouted Mikami, who was also scared. He knew that there were laws against Kira, and if he were caught, then the jig was up.
Then who's the real Kira?
Asked Elle. Bane?
That was meant to be Sean Connery.
Oh. What's the fucking difference?
Where are they?
There.
There,
Yeah.
okay. Tell us, you fucking scumbag. That's Bane.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just do normal voices. I can't do famous people's. I'll practice.
Added Light's dad, who was holding a knife to his neck like the Joker did. He was mad with rage, and his mustache was covered in spit, and it was pretty rank, really.
I'll tell you, it's Light Yaga.
Then he died.
Blech. What? He just died and never told us the name. Now we'll never know who it was.
Elle raged and punched in a wall.
Pow.
He was strong for his looks, and made a big hole. Meanwhile, in the janitor's cupboard where Takada and the desk lady were sexing,
Oh, this is good.
moaned the desk lady. He was now naked. The stuff that was going on was pretty graphic. I don't want to make this thick an M, so all I'll say is that it was sexy. And Takada was using a mop but was naked. You'll have to figure out for yourself, Ruffle.
That wasn't what I was doing. And it works just as well.
Suddenly, Takada collapsed to the floor and the desk lady started screaming. She was death noted.
Damn it.
Blood stopped watching the naked couple and went back to light.
Takada is dead!
He said,
Just as planned.
evil light, putting away his death notes.
OMFG to be continued. When you read things, even worse than they're written down. Oh, music?